Leo, sun, moon, but especially rising, the month of June 2023 is going to give you the experience of a lifetime. I kid you not. You're going to feel happy, beautiful, content, lucky, on your game, popular and more during the month of June, and it's going to last until October. It's a first, if not once in a lifetime, very rare transit. Venus through the house of you. If it's your sun, it'll be about a career glow up. If it's your moon, about home and security needs and body and health. And if it's your ascendant, it's about everything in your life. This is going to be one of the most amazing summers of your life, and it starts in the month of June. You are going to really enjoy this time, as well as be very lucky. So we're going to call this something like the lucky month of Leo or something like that. Other stories this month that I want to focus on as we get ready to go ahead. You're going to have some kind of experience here of some popularity or public appeal, greater financial gain from your career, and a really good energy around people who want to help you, be allies and benefactors for you, and exciting developments in your career and reputation space that may be unexpected but positive. Let's get going and talk about the details of June 2023. First of all, if you're new to my channel, my name is Lori Lothian. I'm a Hellenistic whole sign house, tropical Western zodiac astrologer. And if you want to learn more about what I do, join my Patreon community, get my content ad-free, get it ahead of everyone else for $5 a month, and meet with me twice a month on Patreon. Check out the link to my Patreon community in my description box below. My newsletter, where you get promotions, perks, and discount codes for sessions with me, as well as class discounts, is in the description link below my video, as well as anything else I'm up to. I'd love to give you a reading, but I'm fully booked until November. I'm recording on May the 21st. I will start opening doors for new readings at the month of August. Get on the wait list and you might get in for a fall spot. I'm gonna have to change my booking schedule style and open up doors every 3 months at this point. Let's get talking about what it means for you as a Leo rising, especially sun and moon secondarily, to have Venus, the goddess of love, beauty, and beneficence, the lesser benefic, move through the house of you. Move through the Leo part of the sky. It means you're going to be lucky. It means things are going to go your way. It means you're going to have a super glow up. It's certainly good for your health if you're a Leo rising, for your career if it's your sun, for your home, nest, security, and maybe even your body if you're a lunar element in the moon is in Leo. I'll be doing a whole video on this where I'm going to much more depth, including asteroid content about this transit. And if you want to know more for this 4-month transit, you want to sign up and hit subscribe so you know when I put new content out. So I say to you guys, this is going to make you queenly. You're going to feel very diva-like, very entitled, very on your game. And this starts on June the 5th. I should have mentioned that. Venus will move on June the 5th into the house of you. She'll be there until October the 9th. The second big story of the month for you and everyone involved is definitely going to be, I'm going to touch on Pluto moving back into Capricorn. This can power you up in health matters, debt relief, pets passing, unfortunately, could be possible starting on Pluto Retrograde June 11th through to next January, but it can also give you new power and success in your career and workspace during this time. Pluto will take you back to old places you've worked or old situations with colleagues and coworkers that could glow you up powerfully to kind of really pin the tail on some kind of work and career situation and make you more successful, starting on June the 11th during his retrograde back into Capricorn. And he's been in your 6th house for many years, so it's nothing new to you, but you're finishing this part of your story here. Then another story that happens in the month of June is Mercury, the Lord of communication and marketing and selling and merchandising, will move into Gemini, and he'll be there on June the 11th to the 27th. Now, Gemini in your sky is a house of financial gain, especially as it relates to your career. And with Jupiter just entering in May into the top of your sky till next May, having this little window of time with the Jupiter North Node, everything's going super swimmingly in your career and reputation space, by the way, over the next year. This Mercury ingress into your 11th house could be a raise, a promotion, a deal, a negotiation, an upgrade in your gains in your career status and reputation part of your sky, June 11th to the 27th. And from here, Mercury sextiles you and that Venus transit as well as a general principle, feeling like a real flow and a real love between Mercury and Venus. So you are going to find that you are able to get the raise, the promotion, or the advancement you want by being coy, seductive, and persuasive, or just being yourself, being very congenial. That's basically your Miss Popularity or Mr. Popularity for 4 months. I do want to say that when Mercury is moving through the 11th house for you of good spirit, he does kind of rule gains of chance, and windfalls happen in the 11th. So maybe a time you might want to play the lottery. It's not necessarily the most precise activation for that, but it can't hurt June 11th to 27th to play a lottery ticket now and then. Big picture story, whatever, I'm losing track. We're going to have the movement of Saturn retrograde, station retrograde on June the 7th. He's going to station retrograde 7 degrees of Pisces. Saturn will be in your 8th house of chunky money, which is your Pisces house, stock investments, taxes, shared resources with a spouse, alimony, palimony, and all of that. He'll be in your inheritances. He'll be in your 8th house for a long time, until February of 2026. Some of you will get an inheritance from an elder during this transit. On June 17th, though, at the mere 7 degrees of Pisces, he stations retrograde. You'll go back over some old ground regarding your finances, regarding your chunks of money with a shared resource husband or business partner, regarding the books, the taxes, the bookkeeping, those sorts of things. Saturn is really good for getting a financial advisor under your belt. And if you don't have one, you may go back and reconnect with a former financial advisor, for example. And also with Saturn in the 8th house, if there is an inheritance energy going through your sky, this could be going back to reclaim an inheritance or to revise or redo inheritance agreements. I mean, even to the point where it could be something that was stalled, or something that was unfinished in the inheritance story returning to be completed. Okay, so that's the story that's going on for you starting on June the 17th, and will continue for a few months. Let's talk about the weeks ahead. I do not do the full moon, new moon videos anymore here because I do entire long videos about them every month. And if you want to get on top of my mail list or hit the like button, subscribe here, then you're going to always be notified when these videos are coming out and you can partake of them then. So first of all, number one, the beginning of the month is going to be a Venus story for you. This is before she moves into the sign of Leo, right? This is before she's in the house of you. She'll be in the back end of the sky in your 12th house. And this is a very subtle place. Dreams at night, self-undoing and addiction, self-defeating habits and patterns. She's been going through here, bed pleasures, and she may have increased your bed pleasures, your enjoy sensual pleasures. She may have made it very hard to quit an addiction, that's for sure. But anyway, at the very beginning of June, on the 2nd and 3rd, Venus here will come into a trine, which is flow to Neptune. Neptune is in Pisces, and that means that there's a big energy that is positive in money for you. Money from a spouse, tax rebate, inheritances, money from stock investments, and you may be taking possession of that, especially if it's something that has to do as well with money that could come from foreign lands and foreign travel. There may be a sense here, though, that you could also have a woman behind the scenes that could favor you in this trine moment and offer you some kind of financial beneficence on the 2nd and 3rd of June. On the 3rd and 4th of June, Mercury co-joins with Uranus in a shock and awe moment that can be disruptive of your career path or your reputation, except that Jupiter North Node means it's lucky break energy. So on the 3rd and the 4th, it's more like a shocking sudden development that brings some luck in your career and reputation space, a sudden offer, a sudden job, a disruption that has a positive outcome. With Jupiter here, you are winning the day, and the North Node expands your luck in this part of the sky. So you are on luck on steroids, but it's also unexpected. So you don't know where it's coming from until it hits you, and that will be June the 3rd and the 4th. On the 5th and the 6th of the month, there's a difficult sky with Venus in the house of you, right? Leo, opposing Pluto across the way. In a lot of ways, this is going to be maybe some difficult circumstances with, was that correct? Yeah, it is. Do I have the dates right on this? 5th and 6th? Yeah. Okay, so on the 5th and 6th, you have Venus in Leo opposing Pluto in Aquarius, and this could look like tension between you and a significant other in your life. If this does occur, it's more likely to be very short-lived and not entirely without some positive spins to it. With Leo being you having the power of the glow up with Venus, and Pluto being somebody of power, you could come into contact with a very powerful business partnership or significant other. Do not necessarily start a relationship under this transit. It may be rather difficult. I would refrain from starting something new there, but it could be also some deep sexual reveals, intimacy, and revealings of secrets with somebody in your life during that time. When we move forward to June 9th to the 12th, Venus will square Jupiter, and Venus in a square to Jupiter is good news, maybe, but some uncomfortable or difficult circumstances that require immediate action or directionality. This is happening with Venus in the house of you on June the 9th to the 12th, and it is Jupiter in the career space. It's literally a decision point, I would say, or an action point for you regarding some opportunity in your career that requires you to step up and be persuasive and charming and take the action needed to secure the opportunity. This is especially true if your sun, moon, and rising is in the first 10 degrees of Leo. Then, as we move forward, there's a flicker of intensity on the 11th of June. It doesn't last very long. It's a day only, but it's Mercury in Gemini, and he will trine Pluto in Aquarius. Well, the Gemini part of your sky is great gains from your career, pennies from heaven, windfalls, lucky breaks, people, in this case, who would wish to benefit you in some way, to be an ally. And then the trine is to Pluto in your marriage, but legal contracts house as well. So some of you may have an unexpected legal development, a contract offer, opportunity. It could involve career and workspace, or it could be your partner and your marriage partner having this lucky break or opportunity. And for some of you, it may also come through the archetype of an older sibling. Later in the month on June the 13th to the 24th, with epicenter around the 19th of June, Jupiter will sextile Saturn. Now, Saturn is going to be doing 3 years, right, in your 8th house. And this is Saturn already retrograde now. So he's going back over chunky money stories, kind of fortifying, consolidating, maybe tax rebates or things like that. And with a sextile to Jupiter, something flowing and lucky is trying to happen here. Jupiter is in your career space. So how is it your career and reputation space may facilitate some kind of financial beneficence, especially when it comes to shared resources or business partnerships, as well as even things to do with 401ks or stock investments as well. On the 25th to the 29th of June, Mars will create a square to Uranus. This can bring a shock and awe vibe, very exciting, but also very unexpected. And Mars is moving through the house of you. Now, I didn't mention this in the beginning, but Mars moved into the house of you back on May the 20th and is there till July 10th, joining Venus in the house of you, making you passionate, purposeful, charismatic, functionally, super powered energy. And you're very decisive in making action and taking action in very commanding ways. You're very leaderful now and very entitled and very popular. Now, Mars is there with Venus. She softens it all up, but it squares Uranus in the career house. And again, what is this career surprise? What is this unexpected development in your career space? You felt a bit of this already on the 3rd and the 4th of the month with the Mercury still in Taurus conjunct Uranus. And here we go now, Mars square Uranus. Same story, same place, career space, shock and awe, change, unexpected surprises. However, we do have positive developments here because we have Jupiter North Node in the 10th house, which it hasn't been during any of these other types of shock and awe moments. So it still works out all to be positive at the end of the day. You could quit your job because of some surprising developments. You may make an executive decision to leave a certain circumstance in the workspace and move to something new. You are the commander in chief, though. You're making your choices. You're making your decisions. You have the power. So it's not befalling you as much as it's happening and you're participating in it. Then, well, I will say father figures can be the 10th house. Jupiter's up there. That's very father figure for some of us. So you may have a conflict with a father figure as well on the 25th to the 29th of the month. Now, we finish the month strong collectively because the sun will trine Saturn and Mercury will trine Saturn. And this is an energy of Saturn and the sign of Pisces, which makes this fresh and new. We haven't seen it before. But this is your, chunky money house, 8th house money. Sun is glowing it up from Cancer, which is your backroom deals and negotiations, foreign shores and foreign lands. And there's also this glow up from Mercury doing the same thing in Cancer at the same time. I'm just thinking, that for us. So this could look like some kind of negotiation, information or news, or ability to market, merchandise, and sell, like PayPal, Stripe accounts with foreign countries, foreign lands, or even a financial opportunity coming from a foreign country. And Mercury will give you the opportunity to download, it's a cazimi of Mercury conjunct the Sun on the 31st of June and the 1st of July. And you could download something important from a dream that could be very positive for your finances. Especially because Mercury in that cazimi in your 12th house at the very end of the month, Mercury rules your earnings and cash flow house. And so you may download a whole new idea, a whole new insight on how to be more prosperous in your life. So really harness the cazimi in the last day of June and the first day of July. All right, thanks for listening. If you're a Leo, Sun, Moon, and Rising, I appreciate you being here today. The description box below, a reminder, gives you all the information you need to follow me on other platforms or to be involved in my backroom stuff like my Patreon community, where you get a lot more personal contact with me in relatively small group settings. Okay. Thanks for listening, Leo. Have a wonderful June.